Hey, what's up guys? Welcome to an episode of PATTAY'S Performance. Today in the driveway, we are working on our Honda Element again. You guys might be asking, what is in my hand? Well, let's go into one of our previous videos where we're in the pursuit of ice cold AC on a budget. We successfully got our AC system working and cooling, but as we were checking out the system after the fact, I found out that my condenser fan is not working. Now, why is a condenser fan important in your AC system, even though it's already blowing cold? One, it could be colder. Number two, this is probably, most likely, the reason why my air compressor failed in the first place, okay? When your AC compressor turns on, this fan is supposed to kick on too, okay? What happens is that air is compressed inside the AC system and builds heat. That's why if you feel your lines, one should be hot and one should be cold. Heat produces pressure, and I'm assuming that excess heat, because this fan wasn't working, blew the AC compressor and rendered it not working. So we are going to replace this. Very simple, very easy, very inexpensive. I think it was less than 40-50 bucks for the part. There is also another way to repair it. You could buy just the motor itself and swap it out, and not the whole assembly. But it's actually, honestly, cheaper or around the same price just to do the whole assembly itself. This is all plastic. Over time, this brittles and just goes to crap, right? It's a 2003 Honda Element. The only way to keep these things on the road is do the repairs yourself. So, only a... It was a 2003. Your car's a 2006. My apologies, my camera woman doesn't know what she's talking about. She got her car confused with mine. So anyway, this is a very short, simple fix. Another thing you guys can do to keep the Element on the road and put it towards other repairs and upgrades you want to do. So let me show you guys what tools we're going to need. Oh, and also what I like to do is look at the part first. Alright, so this is our Honda Element. You can tell that we have two. This is going to be on the top. You have two openings here. So you know that two bolts must go through here. We have one electrical plug to come here. And as we're looking around, there could be something on the bottom, but we can see the bottom isn't held on by nuts and bolts like the top. This just sits in a bottom bracket, and then there must be a line that goes here. So I'm going to crawl underneath the truck. And if memory serves me correct, when we did the AC compressor, there's a bracket here that holds a wire in. So we have to undo that bracket. So before we tackle this job, let's go over some of the tools that we're gonna need. Okay, I'm gonna be using my Milwaukee M12 ratchet the entire time of this video. If you don't have this ratchet, you could use a regular manual ratchet or a wrench. What you are going to need, a pair of needle nose pliers, 10mm socket, that's all you're going to need. Various extensions. Okay, and then these two tools here I'm going to use to pop open those annoying plastic clips. And then of course some dielectric grease for the plug connector. Alright, so underneath the car, this is the clip that we're talking about. Our camera is still coming back from our insurance claim. So this is our iPhone 8. So as I say, I took my flat tip screwdriver, propped that out. Now this is free, okay? And then remember we said there might be a hose here. There is no hose here. This is a universal fan, I'm assuming, that fits many vehicles. Probably on a different Honda or another application, there's a hose that runs through it. But for the Element, there is nothing there. Up top we go. Alright guys, so now we have to access the fan. The first thing we're going to do is we're going to pull off this cover. There's 1, 2, 3, 4. There should be a fifth one it's missing. Okay, I ordered a kit for this. That's going to be another affiliate link in the description. Missing all these pins, this affiliate link will cover all the fittings that you're going to need. That's how you guys support the channel. Use affiliate links. Don't send us anything. Don't buy us anything. Take the money that you save and earn and spend it on yourself. So here we go, 1, 2. And as you guys can see here, I'm taking my flat tip screwdriver right through the middle. I'm popping it up. And I'm going underneath here and I'm pulling it out. Very simple and easy. Just put those aside. engine cowling is going to come up. This is plastic. Now, this is also a good thing to take note of, that if you need to replace your radiator, your cooling fan, these are the beginning steps of that. The next thing we need to do is, let's remove these radiator bolts here for the housing. We're just going to get our 10 millimeter. This one's loose. This one's loose. Let's see. That's off. And it's also missing one. That's probably why I'm missing one. When the radiator was replaced by somebody beforehand, they never tightened this side down. I'm going to go to this side here. This comes out just like that. Okay, so we have to unplug our AC fan, and I already have it unplugged, but it's right here. I'll unplug it for you. I'll plug it back in. You have a good thing in the clip. So you see this right here, we're gonna push down, see that? Push down and pull out. Now how I knew the condenser fan was bad and nothing else was because all I did was get a test light and check power. There's just two plugs, power and ground. I had power to the plug and I had ground, so that means the component is bad. If you want to start at the beginning, right, you open up your fuse box right here, and here everything is labeled. This 30 amp fuse right here is for your AC fan, right here. And this relay is for your fan as well. And you could test those components. I bypassed all of that and I just tested it right at the plug. It's very easily accessible. All right, so the next step is this 10 millimeter bolt right here that holds our coolant reservoir, that has to come out. Okay, I'm gonna get my extension out. And that's what we're going to use to take this out. And this hose should be connected to your, pull that out, and this whole assembly comes out. We're making room. It's all about clearance. Next step is these two 10 millimeter bolts right here. 1 and 2 right there as well. Again, I think we're gonna have to switch to the longer extension for this. And we're just gonna zip these out. Now this is very important on why we have to remove this access panel, right? Radiator gets pushed forward, and then we have to pull the fan out. And just make sure nothing gets nicked on the way out. Just got to struggle a little bit. There we go. And then get behind here and just give this a push. Get some help. Oops. Doesn't matter. Okay. This is what we need our needle nose for. Remember, that holds our EC in. Could be any pair of pliers. We're just going to squeeze it like that, and it's out. And then we're going to transfer it to the new fan. That's it. We're done. Now, also, I like to do some dielectric grease. Take it like that. We're going to put it right inside this plug here. Okay, that keeps moisture from out of the plug and preserves longevity and enhances connectivity. So the same way this fan came out is the same way it goes back in. Remember, these two nubs here at the end go into two holders. Right there. So in between those two lines, you're gonna see you can actually see where the AC goes, right? There should be an opening here, right here, and the other one right there. That's where they go. All right, so the same way your fan came out, same way it goes back in. We're gonna have to push forward the radiator. Make sure nothing else is in the way. Give it a little while. Make sure we line it up in those holes. Because if it's not lined up, believe it or not, there we go. They won't bolt in. So let's get our hardware back in. You guys notice that I'm starting this by hand. I am not using my electric ratchet. I don't want to strip anything. Once I get it started, then I can hammer it down with my ratchet. Okay, let's put our plug in. Let's tighten this. Just nice and snug. You have to make it gorilla tight. We're holding plastic. That's it. I don't want to crack anything. All right, let's do our coolant bottle next. Slide that in this way. Same way it came out is the same way it goes back in. Remember, that goes up next to our radiator shroud. Right here. It's this longer bolt right here. Ratchet. Up our hose right here. And then we are going to put our brackets back in. So that means literally you guys could use this video. All you have to do to replace the radiator is I wonder if you could pull this with the fans out in one assembly, right? All you have to do is just disconnect a little radiator hose or whatever else is done. So that really makes it pretty easy to do a radiator in case you ever need it. Feel free to use this video to refer to it. Our radiator was done by our previous owner. So we know we're okay, hopefully. We don't have to do it anytime soon. But these are little things when you work on your vehicle, you just start taking notes. So then you know if something else arises in your mental memory that, hey, it's not too bad of a job to do. You've been there already. Starting these by hand, as you guys can see. We'll make sure we'll make this as tight. This is probably your standard M6 bolt. I will get one to replace one. It's not necessary. I just have OCD issues. All right. And then, now, I'm going to start the car, turn the EC on, and confirm that this is spinning. Alright guys, last but not least, the final touch is we are going to put our panel back on. And put our clips back in. Now I'm short a clip, so what I like to do is just do a crisscross pattern. Put one in the middle. And then go right here, right. And once our kit comes in, which the affiliate link will be in, we'll have all our clips accounted for. Take our tools in. Alright guys, we're all finished here. If you guys found this video helpful, smash the like button, smash that subscribe button, guess what? I'll see you guys on the next episode of PATTAY'S Performance. And don't forget the Mrs. and I, we go live every Saturday, 8 a.m. to 9 a.m. Eastern time. Alright guys, later.